Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Joe.
And together we are the Maladjusted Misfits.
And this is the one where we talk about friends. So, Adam, why are you wearing the cheerleader outfit again?
You said the wedding dress in my size was too expensive.
Fine.
What? You're wearing yours. We talked about this.
Shh.
Welcome, Misfits, and hello to any new friends, fans that have fallen over our podcast.
Every week we rewatch the next episode in sequential order because that makes the most sense.
And we break it down.
And look up trivia.
And give our own maladjusted take on the whole episode.
We try and make each other laugh.
And fingers crossed, one of you two.
Yay. Hello.
Hi.
Guess what?
What?
This is our 100th episode!
Our 100th episode!
Yay!
Cue the fireworks!
You can add those.
Yeah, I'll put them in place. You don't have to make fireworks noises. And this episode is season 4, episode 20, so it's 420.
Oh, have you prepared for 420? Are you ready?
I am ready as soon as we're done recording.
Okay, sounds good. Speaking of episodes, what are we doing this week?
The one with all the wedding dresses.
Oh, fun. What is our IMDb episode plot?
Monica tries on Emily's wedding dress and can't stop wearing it. Jealous of Ross's proposal to Emily, Rachel tries to talk Joshua into marriage, and Chandler takes Joey to a sleep clinic when he starts snoring.
I never really thought Joshua and Rachel were that great of a couple, and the fact that she proposes to him makes it even more crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, our episode director is returning Gail Mancuso.
Gail.
You know, she's still directing TV shows today.
Oh, well, good for her.
Yeah, she most recently directed an episode of season 3 for an ABC show called Will Trent.
I think Grandma tried to get me to watch that.
Oh, really? It sounds like something she would like. American police procedural television series. The main character grew up in the foster care system to become a great detective. Starring Ramon Rodriguez, who was in The Wire.
Yeah.
And Erica Christensen. She was in that movie Swim Fan. Remember her?
I remember her. I don't think I ever saw Swim Fan, though.
But I can't remember what else she was in. But that's...
Was she the one that was in Traffic?
Oh, yeah. She was in Traffic. That's right. And then we have 3 episode writers this week, and they're all returning.
Okay.
So I looked up articles on all of them, so I have some new tidbits to share.
Okay.
All right, so Michael Curtis has the teleplay by.
Right.
He co-wrote something I think you'll like, Adam. Mm-hmm. It's called The Biblical Mockumentary, The Making of... And God Spoke. That's the name of it. And God Spoke. Which had its theatrical debut at the Sundance Film Festival a few years ago. And here's a quote from it which cracked me up. "We've just had a kind of creative miscarriage. You know, we just have to regroup before we can conceive our next project. That's all."
That's all. That's it.
A creative miscarriage. Oh, so
I've
bad.
had those.
All right, so Greg Mallins also has the teleplay by credit.
Okay.
The article that was so great that I read about him, it was kind of emotional about how he and Perry were working on a project together before he passed.
Oh.
And I will definitely go back to it for more deets as time goes on, but this was something fun to share. He said, "There's a point when Chandler and Ross are talking about how they're going to test out their new fake IDs. The one with Roland Chang, you know.
Right.
Roland Chang was and still is one of his best friends, a guy he grew up with.
Nice.
He's a high-powered lawyer in Shanghai now, and people will say to him, 'We were watching Friend last night, and they used your name. What a weird coincidence.' And he goes, 'It's not a coincidence.'"
Not a coincidence.
But I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Roland Chang.
Roland Chang.
It's kind of like Chandler, you know?
Yeah.
And then,
Chandler Bing, Roland Chang.
I thought
Sounds
that was
like an anagram or something.
So funny. And then finally, Adam Chase has the story by credit. I read an article celebrating the 30-year anniversary of Friends, and he told a story about the writer's room for Friends, which I thought was funny. He said, behind the scenes, the writers worked hard to keep the show fresh and funny. All-nighters were very common. We were all so young and honestly didn't know any better. And Adam Chase says the mood during these long nights was often like a sleepover. Once as a dare, a writer ate a 2.3 kilogram can of beans for $3,000.
Nice.
Which the staff pulled together. Another time, a writer wanted to avoid a rewrite session, so they challenged him to hike up a bush-covered hill outside the Warner Brothers lot with a machete.
Wow.
And then the last story says, while the rest of the team watched through binoculars. And then he also remembers Julie Roberts coming to the writer's room to prepare for her 2 episodes on the show. And my old writing pal, Ira, which we've heard before.
Unger leader.
Yep. I still can't believe he did this, he said in the article. But he walked in behind her, put his arms around her, and said, "Hey, everybody, I just want to introduce you to my new girlfriend, Jules." And she totally went with it without any hesitation.
Well, that sounds like they had a lot of fun in that writer's room.
Yeah, so I thought those articles were good.
Yep. Very nice.
All right, tell us when our original air date was.
The original air date was April 16th, 1998.
All right.
New to the top 10 box office that week was Major League Back to the Minors, or Major League 3, starring Scott Bakula, Corbin Burnson, and a young Walton Goggins.
What?
And I had no idea that movie existed.
Me either. Scott Bakula, Corbin Burnson, Walton Goggins? That's crazy.
Then we have Polly, about a talking parrot named Polly, who recounts his travels to look for his original owner to a Russian janitor who helps him to the end of his journey, starring Gina Rollins, Tony Shalhoub, and Cheech Marin.
Wow. That's strange. Did you ever see that?
No.
Okay.
And in the number 2 spot was The Object of My Affection, starring our very own Jennifer Aniston.
Yay.
And Paul Rudd, in which a pregnant New York social worker begins to develop romantic feelings for her gay best friend and decides she'd rather raise her child with him, much to the dismay of her overbearing boyfriend.
Oh, I remember watching that, but I don't remember that much about it.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one either.
Yeah, so I think Paul Rudd is the gay guy.
Yeah, I would assume.
Okay.
He was always the nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
Remember him dressed up as an astronaut in Romeo and Juliet?
Are you ready for some trivia? That isn't part of the trivia, but that is a piece of trivia.
It is a piece of trivia.
All right. We say goodbye to Joshua Tate Donovan because this is his last appearance on the show.
He finally gets a clue and runs away.
Yeah, he makes a very funny exit. When Rachel meets Joshua in the coffee house, she's wearing the same outfit she wore in the previous episode. She's wearing that white t-shirt with a cute little zip-up cardigan. In the one with all the haze, she's wearing that same shirt and everything. Right. And then you pointed out Gunther's wearing the same outfit.
Right.
I wonder if they filmed them at different...
They have different release dates. So I thought maybe they came out on the same day, it was supposed to transition one into another.
Okay.
But
No?
I mean...
Well, maybe they shot it out of sequence and they forgot to change her outfit. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
All right. When Phoebe and Monica are throwing and catching the bouquet, Monica catches it. She goes, "I'm getting married next," which she is actually the person to get married next if you don't count Ross and Rachel's drunken wedding at Las Vegas.
Right.
Well, they did get married.
Ross will get married twice,
right?
And then they'll get married.
Right. Rachel proposes marriage to Joshua in this episode. She'll later reveal to Ross that it was her idea for her and Ross to get married after signing the divorce papers following their drunken marriage and divorce. So she asked Ross to get married, and she asked Joshua.
Oh, she's as bad as Ross then, I think, with the proposals.
Ross announces his wedding to Emily is in 4 weeks' time. By coincidence, his marriage to Emily lasts about a month. By further coincidence, he and Rachel will sleep together about 4 weeks before his sister's wedding to Chandler, and that's when Emma is conceived.
Right.
Lots of 4 week timelines here.
Is that good? I don't know.
And then the sleep clinic worker,
her
name is Thea Mann.
Yeah.
She is Lisa Kudrow's real life cousin.
Oh.
Yeah, little tidbit there.
I saw that she was a producer.
Yeah.
Cougar Town.
Oh, really? With
Cougar
Monica.
Town or
Oh,
something.
that's
Yeah.
so funny. Yeah, they're cousins. And then in the beginning of this episode, Joey says the famous lines from the coffee shop scene. And did you know it was the line from the movie Heat, 1995? I gotta do what I gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. And the wedding dress Rachel wears in this episode is not the exact same wedding dress she wore in the pilot.
Oh.
Her dress in the pilot had noticeably more embroidery around the midsection, and this one's way more flattering, and I think they did it on purpose.
Right. Yeah, it kind of looks the same. But
Yeah, it's got the same, top.
Right.
But yeah. All right, so what were your episode reactions?
Well, let's see. We have snoring in wedding dresses and another Rachel Green implosion. The lady's obsession with wedding dresses is good for a laugh, and Joshua finally makes a run for it. I enjoy this one.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
fun.
I agree. Rachel's implosion around Joshua, who already scares easily from farm birds,
Right.
is hysterical. I always feel off when Ross becomes so uber caring about Rachel.
Right.
I can't put my finger on what it is, but
It's always the writers going, he may be getting married to somebody else, but don't forget
that he still deeply loves
they
her.
still really love each other.
Okay.
I don't remember ever thinking he was just going to be with Emily forever.
Oh,
do you ever think that?
No. Even though it's hasty, it's just the connection.
Yeah.
It's just weird. And she lives in London.
For a while, I thought he was going to end up with Charlie.
Yeah. At
In
the
the
end,
future.
Yeah. And then they screwed that
Right.
over. And the sleep clinic and the mouthpiece for Joey is just enjoyable.
Yeah.
So. Are you ready to do some favorites?
Yes. Joe, what's your favorite line?
I say this a lot, and I had no idea it was from Heat, but when Joey goes, I gotta do what I gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do, you just do it.
You just do it.
I just think it's funny. To which we inevitably end up saying, just do the job. Do the fucking job. Which is from what movie?
That is from Sexy Beast.
Sexy Beast. I
Yes.
knew it was one or two words.
Ben
but
Kingsley says, do the fucking job probably 200 times
in that movie. Yeah.
Because he just nags that guy till he does the job.
Which is funny. All right. What's your favorite line?
I'm going to go with a Ross line that is kind of a gentle misunderstanding of a joke, but it always catches me off guard. Mm-hmm. Oh, see, I don't know if we're going to be hungry at 3. I don't know why it always makes me laugh, but
It does, though. Favorite moments.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with the whoop-ah scene. I
Aw.
mean, Joey gets so indignant with Chandler, like, you can't do anything right. I'm like,
Right.
what didn't he do right?
Right. It's like he just yelled at him for 5 things.
It's just so funny. It makes me laugh.
And my favorite moment is Rachel's I do moment as she opens the door to Joshua. Whoops.
I do. All right. Favorite outfit. I'm not going to do Rachel's again, even though she wears it again. I like Monica's non-wedding dress outfit. Her baby blue sweater, little capri pants, and her white t-shirt. It's
Right.
very cute.
I think they all had on really cute outfits.
Yeah,
this
they did.
way. I had trouble picking, but I was like, I kind of got to go with Prager's Phoebes in her
Aww.
rented wedding dress. I just wanted to see her on the subway or the coffee house or playing her guitar outside Central Perk,
In the wedding dress?
Yeah. More people just looking at a pregnant woman in a wedding dress. I
would've
needed
been-
more reactions to that.
That would have been funny because she is fully in the wedding dress when she heads over to Monica. So. All right, themes we explored this episode. Theme 1, wearing a wedding dress makes you feel better? Question mark?
Do you feel better right now? You're wearing yours?
I'm hot right now.
Yeah.
It's taffeta and sticky and hot. Yeah.
It's a little warm today, and we can't have the fan
on.
on in the room while we're recording.
Yeah.
So. And theme 2, scaring off an already scared suitor.
I think he was doomed from the start.
Yeah.
Any little thing would have set him off. Theme 3, going to a sleep clinic and picking up a date.
And theme 4, trying to get your fiance and an ex-girlfriend on a double date.
Yeah, that's just awkward.
He does that so many times.
He does. He takes Rachel with Bruce Willis and everything. It's like,
And then he does it with Charlie again.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's got to stop that.
yeah, double dates, not fun. Well, with those 4. With Ross involved, double dates are not going to be fun.
With Ross and somebody and Rachel and somebody.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
All right, we're going to take a break before the episode breakdown. We'll be right back.
So, what are you guys doing 4 weeks from today?
Nothing.
Hang on, let me check this date book. Nothing. Great, because Emily and I are getting married in a month.
What?
Yep.
In a month?
Yeah.
You mean 30 days?
Yes.
From now?
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Emily wanted to get married in this beautiful place where her parents got married, but it's going to be torn down. So, I mean, I know it's crazy, but everything up till now has been crazy. And I don't know. It just feels right, you know? Hey, according to the state book, that's the day after I start menstruating. Hang on a minute. I don't think this book is mine. All right, I gotta go.
Bye, Ross. 4 weeks? Joshua won't marry me in 4 weeks. Plus, I'll be PMSing on the flight to the wedding. Oh, Joey, give me that.
Oh, hey.
All right, we're back.
We are back.
The cold open is in Joey's bedroom. He's asleep and snoring loudly. Chandler enters, and he goes, "Are you kidding me?"
And this isn't even that loud. I can snore loud, and that's not that loud.
Yeah. When we're downstairs and you're upstairs and we don't have the TV on, we can hear you.
All right, that's enough out of you.
Just saying their walls must be really thin is all. As I was saying, Chandler tries to wake him up repeatedly and starts going, "Joey, Joey, 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 Joey." And Joey starts joining in his sleep. "Joey, Joey, Joey, Joey."
Joey!
Chandler acts disgusted, but is happy that Joey has stopped snoring. However, just as he's about to leave, Joey starts snoring again. So to stop him, he slams the door shut, waking up Joey. Oh, did I wake you? Q, I'll be there for you.
I'd like to have a dream where I'm cheering myself on.
Adam.
So we rejoin most of our friends at Central Perk. Phoebe, Monica, and Joey are chilling as Chandler gets another cup of Java. Chandler asks Gunther, "Can I get another cup of coffee, please?" As Gunther pours, Chandler poses the question, "So, what do you do when you're not working here?"
He waits for them to invite him to impromptu parties.
Yeah, there you go. But actually, I like that Gunther informs him, "You don't need to fill these silences." And Chandler is like, "Cool beans," and takes his caffeinated beverage back to the couch and his pals. Monica chides him, "Chandler, that's like your 4th cup of coffee."
And then we have a cut line as Phoebe, who's in the scene that you didn't notice before, asks Monica, "Okay, do me. I've had a certain number of juices." Monica just gives her a whatever smile, like, whatever.
Why are you counting everybody's cups? Mind your business.
Stop being the drink, please.
Chandler explains, "I'm drinking lots of cups of coffee because I'm exhausted because Joey started snoring." And Monica's shocked. "He's in a different room. Is he really that loud?" And Joey confirms, "Oh, you should hear me." My dad used to rattle my walls, and I was on the first floor, and he was on the second floor.
That was funny. We would be watching a movie, and we'd be like,
The windows would rattle, and oxygen gets sucked in and out of the house.
It wasn't quite that bad.
Chandler suggests to Joey, "It's not something to be proud of, okay? You have to go to a sleep clinic." But Joey told him, "I'm not going to any clinic. I don't have a problem. You're the one with the problem. You should go to a quit being a baby and leave me alone clinic." And Chandler points out they don't have those. And Joey tells him, "Yeah, they do. Quit being a baby and leave me alone. There, you've had your first class."
That was kind of my runner-up. It was so funny.
And then Joey kind of slaps Chandler on the chest in a very awkward way. It's like, then trying to help, Monica recalls, "I used to go out with this guy that was a really light sleeper, and whenever I started to snore, he would just roll me over." And then Joey, trying to make it dirty, responds with a, "Oh, yeah."
Like you weren't thinking the same thing.
And Monica snaps, "No, Richard would just roll me over and I would stop snoring." And Chandler warns, "Next time you snore, I'm going to roll you over." And Joey, New York, mumbles, "I got to do what I got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Just do it."
Love it.
And as the audience laughs, Ross enters the perk with a "Hey guys," and the friends hey back, and Joey begins to hum "Here Comes the Bride," and Phoebe thinks she knows that tune and guesses, oh, the Olympics.
Just like they do the graduation song in Vegas.
Yeah.
Dum, 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 dum.
That is a fail for Phoebe, but they don't care. Monica asks Ross, have you guys picked a date yet? And Ross is like, oh no, not yet. And Phoebe claims, I still cannot believe you're engaged. And Ross gives her a, well, why not? People get engaged every day kind of a look.
Right?
And Phoebe explains, well, just because it's happening so fast, not because you're such a loser.
And I would never name a baby Ross.
I thought he was going to turn on her like Jerry Maguire. Who said anything about being a loser? Ross thanks Phoebe and inquires if anyone has seen Rach. And Monica uggs before stating she's upstairs not doing the dishes. And I tell you something, I'm not going to do them this time. I don't care if the dishes sit there in the sink until they're all covered with... But the horror of the dirty dishes compels her to give in before she even finishes the sentence. I'll do them when I get home. Ross then pivots topics. See what I did there?
Oh, I see what
Ross
you did.
pivots topics. Yeah. Listen, Emily found this wedding dress in London, and Phoebe interrupts. Already? You guys haven't even set a date. I think it's a little early. And Ross continues, yeah, but it didn't fit. And then Ross leans down by his fellow Geller. Well, luckily there's a store here that has one left in her size, but I'm the groom and I'm not supposed to see the dress. And Monica picks up on the cues and happily agrees, I'll pick it up for you. And Ross is like, thanks, sis. Chandler starts to tease Ross. Oh, she's already gotten you running errands, picking up wedding dresses. And he laughs and goes, wapa! And I like that Ross just stands there like,
what the hell was that?
What's wapa? And Chandler explains, whipped. And then he does the unfortunate wapa again. And he's doing the whip motion.
Yeah.
But he's saying wapa. And Joey tells Chandler, that's not whipped. Whipped is, and then Joey makes the real whipping noise, which is whoosh. And Chandler's like, that's what I did. Wapa!
No.
He does it a third time.
I know. He has said it 3 times now.
And Joey berates Chandler saying, you can't do anything.
I don't know why that's so funny. He's so mad.
It's really, just go, whoosh, wapa! No!
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like Phoebe trying to teach him French. All right, we're back at Monica and Rachel's. Rachel's sitting at the table with her yellow kitchen gloves on, not doing the dishes, flipping through a magazine.
Right.
She hears someone come upstairs and quickly puts down her magazine and pretends like she's actually doing the dishes. So Rachel goes, hey, Mon, I was just doing the dishes. And can I say that's a very nice dress to be doing the dishes in?
Right.
Not compared to Monica's later, but still, she's very dressed up for doing dishes.
That was almost my favorite dress.
I know, it's cute.
It's hard to fake doing the dishes when you haven't even started doing the dishes.
Yeah, there's nothing in the dish rack.
Nothing in the dryer. Nothing's even wet.
No. So Ross says, hey. Rachel realizes it's just Ross and says, oh, it's you. And she stops pretending to be doing the dishes and greets him back. Ross asks if she has a minute, and Rachel says, yeah, I was just about to take a break anyways. That's the story of the kid's life, I would say, all the time. Taking a break from your break?
Yeah, I gotta go lay down.
Ross tries to find out how Rachel is doing since he announced he and Emily had decided to get married, and he was just wondering how she is. Rachel's a little taken aback and goes, oh, and Ross points out, if you were getting married, I'd kind of feel like,
Like the break lasted longer than you expected?
Rachel tries to play it cool. Yeah, definitely. Well, it definitely took me by surprise, but I'm okay. He says, yeah. And she goes, yeah. And Ross is pleased. All right, I just wanted to check. Rachel goes, oh, that's sweet. And then he comes in for a hug, and she's still a little surprised.
Yeah.
He goes, you're great, and I know someday this will happen for you, too. You just hang in there. Yowza! Yeah. That was not the right thing to say.
Yeah, don't anger it.
Rachel breaks the hug because, come on, it is a bit of a douchey thing to say.
Yeah.
She retorts with, hang in there? Ross backpedals. Oh, I didn't mean, Rachel continues. I mean, maybe you didn't hear about a serious relationship called me and Joshua? And I like the little hand claps and head movements she does to emphasize it's a real thing and it's serious.
Really serious.
And Ross, why he says anything here, I don't know.
Probably because it's funny.
True. Well, he continues. I thought you guys had just been on like 4 dates. I didn't realize it had become anything yet.
Ugh.
Rachel, now in full gear, is, oh, no. It has become. It has. Yeah. Oh, no. Those were 4 great dates.
I think the parent boob date counts as like 5 dates.
Yeah. Once you've exposed your boobs to his parents, you're
Right.
like, you're there. Ross continues for some reason. Oh, yeah? And Rachel regales. Oh, yeah. I mean, the connection. I mean, emotionally, mentally, physically.
TMI. No one wants to hear about your emotional connections.
Can you really call it a connection when you won his affections by dressing as a high school cheerleader?
Yes. I don't know.
Ross congratulates Rachel. Wow, that's incredible. And Rachel's like, yep, I know, isn't it? It's like I'm right there with Joshua, and you're right there with Emily, and it's like a tie. Well, I gotta get back to the dishes.
I'd rather do the dishes than talk to you.
And Ross says he has to get to work. And Ross turns at the door and says, hey, you know what would make me really happy?
A real life dinosaur to play with?
Probably. Rachel, now in a mood, says, oh, yeah? No, what's that? Ross says, if like the 4 of us could, hang out together.
Ugh.
In fact, Emily's coming into town this weekend. Why don't you say we all have dinner? Say Saturday night? She's flying up here again? Jesus. I mean, we do find out her parents are fully loaded. But
Right.
Rachel shouts, that would be great. Ross goes, yeah, all right, it's a date. He leaves. Rachel's pissed and says to the closed door, hang in there. You hang in there. Ross comes back in. Did you say something? No, I was just singing.
Yeah. People often sing like that.
Are you glad I don't hum or sing like that?
Yes. All right, now we join Monica and Phoebe as they enter Beatrice Bridal Shop, and the cows are in awe of the spectacle of wedding dresses, much as I felt on the Star Wars Rise of Resistance ride at Disney.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did look up Beatrice's bridal shop because it looked like a real awning, and I wanted to see if something came up. Something did come up, but I'm not sure it's legit. It says they only accepted payment through Western Union via horseback.
Horseback?
No, actually it said Western Union, but I was like, what the fuck? Of all the forms of payment we can accept now,
Right.
You only accept payments through Western Union?
It's a terrorist front.
Fake wedding dresses. We'll use that one from Friends. No one will ever know.
Right. Okay, Monica OMGs and O's as she tells Phoebe, oh, look at this one. It's so beautiful.
And the one she touches is butt ugly. It's really old looking.
Don't hold back. Phoebe tries to dampen the excitement by saying, but about half of these are going to end up getting divorced.
And the one she picks up is about to get divorced.
Nice. The sales lady comes up and asks, may I help you, ladies? And this is an actress, Anne Betancourt, who I recognized from the vampire series The Strain, which I started rewatching recently.
Oh, okay.
It's nice to see people are still working.
I know.
So Monica tells her, I'm here to pick up a dress that you have on hold. And the sales lady's like, what's the name, please? And Monica says, Emily Waltham. And the helpful sales lady tells her, yes, I have it right here. And both the ladies gasp at the beauty of the dress. Joe, comments on this one?
No. It's not butt ugly, but it's just not something I would pick out.
Right.
It's an empire waist, which is very unflattering, I think.
Okay.
That means the waist starts right under your boobs.
Right.
I definitely hate the headpiece.
Oh, yeah.
It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
I don't know. Rachel's was pretty bad.
Yeah, it's true.
But, yeah, it's not good.
No.
Then the sales lady asks, would you like to try it on, Mrs. Waltham? And Monica laughs and goes, okay. And then we cut to Monica wearing the wedding dress and staring at herself in the mirror. And Phoebe cries, you're the most beautiful bride I've ever seen. And the ever-humble Monica agrees, I am, aren't I? And the sales lady's like, Mrs. Waltham? And she's like, yes. And she's like, we're closing. They've been there for 4 hours
Oh
in the
my
wedding
God.
dresses. Monica yields, all right, and she starts to go back to change, but the sales lady has to stop her and goes, can I get my ring back? Dejected, Monica takes the ring off and hands it back to Signora Betticourt. And our next scene is short. We're in Joey's bedroom again, and he's snoring.
Chandler opens the door, resolute to end the snoring, and he says, all right, buddy, time to roll over.
And Chandler rolls Joey over and finds that Joey sleeps commando too.
No!
Chandler covers his eyes.
No. You're going to a clinic. You're going to a clinic in a pajama store.
Chandler will forever be scarred by the sight of the Dirk Diggler.
Oh, my God. All right, we're back at Monica and Rachel's, and Monica is now doing the dishes that Rachel never did. Monica's talking out loud to herself, and she goes, does she use the cups? Yes, I believe she does. Does she use the plates? Yes, I believe she does. She pauses while glancing at the wedding dress. Hanging in the kitchen?
Yeah, you should probably hang that in the bathroom, right?
Then there's a quick cut, and Monica is now wearing the dress and doing the dishes. Now, I always want to call BS right here, okay?
Right, okay.
Because we know Monica. And 1, that dress isn't hers.
Right.
2, it's hanging in the kitchen.
Right.
And 3, she is extremely neat, and it seems out of character for her to do the dishes while wearing a wedding dress.
Right. I wondered what Monica's reaction to somebody doing the dishes in her wedding dress before the ceremony would be.
1,000%. Exactly. Like, there's no effing way. So it's just a little BS call out, but we'll let it go. Okay.
They do those every now and then.
Every
they
now
have
and
them
then.
do things that,
Yep.
because it's funny to see her doing it in the wedding
It is
dress.
funny, and she's younger, so maybe she would have. So Monica continues talking out loud to herself, and she goes, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for coming. And there's a knock at the door. Monica panics and says, just a second. Phoebe shouts, no, let me in. Monica confirms, Phoebe? Phoebe excitedly says, yeah. Monica still panics, says, can you just hold on for 1 minute while she's trying to unbutton the dress in her rubber gloves?
Right.
Phoebe shouts, no, you have to let me in right now. Monica feebly asks, are you alone? Phoebe assures her she is. Yes. Monica nervously says, all right. She opens the door and Phoebes is wearing her own playtime wedding dress. They excitedly greet each other. They are so happy that each of them are wearing a wedding dress.
They are. Then we're back at Chandler and Joey's, their main area. And Chandler is shaking his yoo-hoo while Joey flips through a magazine. Joey complains, this sucks. I didn't know I had to stay up all night before I went to the stupid sleep clinic. I'm so tired. And Chandler points out that it's 6 o'clock. Joey does a yeah, well, and then Rachel comes in. So we have another magnadoodle inconsistency here. Throughout the scene, it mostly reads get out, but occasionally it will change to read poop.
Poop.
Yes.
Okay.
So
It's just back and forth.
Every now and then it'll say poop.
Okay.
Chandler says to Rachel, I hear that you and Joshua are going out for dinner with Ross and Emily, and I think that's really cool. And Joey hops on board the compliment train with, yeah, Rach, I think you're handling this really well.
Do they not know Rachel at all?
Right. Rachel, still defensive, barks, handling it? What do you mean handling it? There's nothing to handle. Now, maybe I would have a problem if it wasn't for me and Joshua. You know, they're not getting married right away anyway. And Chandler begs, oh, what? And Rachel continues on her theory. Come on, they rushed into this thing so fast. It's ridiculous. They're going to be engaged for a year? And then somewhere along the way, they're going to realize what they've done and they're going to call the whole thing off. And then digging yourself deeper into the hole, she adds, I'm telling you, you're going to be dancing at my wedding before you're dancing at theirs.
So don't you think after her past betting on the apartment and getting Miss Chandler Bong and transponster wrong, she would stop betting the boys on what was going to happen?
You think? Just like you should stop betting me things.
I know.
But you continue
I bet
to do
you
it.
$5 every time. I'm up to $1 million, I'm sure. I lose every time.
Yeah, you do. Chandler responds like one of our kids as he sips his yoo-hoo. I don't dance at weddings. That wasn't the point, but whatever. Rachel asks why not, and Chandler explains, because weddings are a great place to meet women, and when I dance, I look like this. And then he starts doing one of his oddly funny Chandler dances. Maybe the magnitude self changes at this point to comment on his dancing with a poop.
The poopy dance.
I don't like that dance. Ross walks in during this Chandler dancing, and Chandler slowly stops and spins to face Ross, who's like, hey, man. And Chandler returns the hate, and he gets out of there. And Ross asks, so what are you guys doing 4 weeks from today? And Chandler's got nothing, Rachel nothing. Joey takes a minute to check the nearest date book before declaring he is also free. And Ross tells them, great, because Emily and I are getting married in a month. And Chandler and Joey are like, what? And Ross is like, yep. And Rachel, thinking back to the conversation she was just having, questions, in a month? You mean 30 days from now? From this point in space and time? And Ross answers, yeah, to all of those. And Rachel breaks down crying as she lays out all of her conflicted feelings in one long tirade of both love and frustration.
Adam.
Yeah?
Rachel just says, well, that's great.
Oh, that's right. She just goes, well, that's great.
Yes, they always hide their feelings.
Then Ross fills them in on how the nuptials happened so fast. Emily always wanted to get married in this beautiful place where her parents got married, but it's going to be torn down. Yeah, that's not a bad omen.
Right.
They know it's crazy, but everything up till now has been crazy anyway, so I don't know. It just feels right, you know?
No. Does not feel right.
Of course, we know the future.
And they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey, still rifling through the date book, announces, that's the day after I start menstruating. And all the friends stare at him before he laughs. This isn't mine. Doy.
All right, we're back at Central Perk.
Yepers.
Rachel is anxiously awaiting for Joshua, tapping and drumming on a book.
Yeah, she's like Chandler when he had too many cappuccinos.
Yeah. Joshua enters with a, hey, Rachel, and Rachel excitedly says, hi, and stands up. Joshua asks, what's up? Your voice sounded all squeaky on the phone.
Red flag.
Rachel plays her anxiousness off with, oh, nothing. I just wanted to see you and hug you.
Oh.
She hugs him and she goes, see you.
Oh, no.
Joshua now looks anxious but says, great. Rachel sits and says, yeah. And then orders Joshua to sit. Sit.
Sit, Ubu, sit.
Joshua sits hesitantly and asks, are you okay?
No.
Rachel, full of espresso energy, says, I'm more than okay. I'm really, really happy. Want to know why?
Oh.
Joshua's starting to question if he should have agreed to meet her, says, do I?
Do I?
Rachel doesn't hesitate and goes into, because I'm really happy about us. I think we're so on the right track, you know? I mean, I think we're working. I think we're clicking, you know? And the whole time she's making wild hand gestures and snapping her fingers.
Yeah. She looks like that chef in Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Explaining all the rats. And they're hiding all over the place.
Woo! Joshua, full on farm bird nervous now, says, yeah, sure, we're clicking. Rachel continues, yeah, you know, if there's just like one little area where I think that we would need to work on, I think it would be like, we're just not crazy enough. Joshua stutters, I gotta say, I'm not too sure I agree with that. You wore a negligee to dinner with my parents, and your boob popped out. The first time I saw your boob was in front of both of my parents. That seems pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
Rachel tries to get back on track. Well, yeah, right. You know, you're right. I mean, no, we have our fun, but, I mean, like crazy, you know?
And then we have a couple cut lines here. Joshua nervously asks Rachel, are you going to put on that cheerleader outfit again? And Rachel starts laughing and goes, no. Yeah, you wish. She kind of points at him, no.
Which I think they should have left it. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Then Rach adds, okay, all right, this is gonna sound, you know, like a little hasty, but just go with it. What if we were to get married? Joshua is stunned. What? You see Gunther clearly behind Rachel, now listening in. Yeah. Rachel, still in her anxious voice, conveys, oh, I know, it's so totally like, whoa, can we do this? You know, I mean, it's like, just feels right. Don't you think it does? I mean, it just feels right. Don't you think?
A lot of things not feeling right this week.
Right.
I'm sorry, are you agreeing with me?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
Joshua's like, wow, Rachel, you're a real special lady.
Oh, no.
Like, that is an ouch. Not good. No.
Yeah.
He continues, but my divorce isn't final yet. And we've been on like 4 dates. So I'm thinking, no, but thanks. And he gives a double thumbs up gesture.
I do like the double thumbs up.
I do. And this was a good contender for my favorite line.
Yeah.
I think he's too nervous, and I still want to know why his wife burned all his clothes.
Right.
So I think you're better off without him.
Right.
But Gunther finishes the scene for us yelling, "You idiot!"
Gunther's like, if Rachel Green asks you to marry her, you say yes. Oh, all right. So now we're at the sleep clinic, and you can tell from the exterior shot of the building because it reads clinic. Joey's having trouble staying awake like Joe on Friday night.
Hey, it's called mental exhaustion. And 2 Chicks vodka seltzers, which are not advertisers of our podcast, but I would advertise for them because I love their drinks.
Okay. Anywho, the sleep clinic worker asks your name, please, and Joey answers correctly. Joey Tribbiani. And the sleep clinic worker, man, that's hard to say.
And Phoebe's cousin.
The sleep clinic worker asks, did you stay up all night in preparation for your sleep study? But Joey fell asleep. Sir, Joey starts snoring. Chandler answers, yes, he did. And the worker informs him that we'll call you in a few minutes. And as the sleep clinic worker leaves, a blonde 90s cutie enters and sits down across from our boys. And Chandler shakes Joey, telling him, hey, check out that girl. She's really hot. The clinic worker was fine.
Yeah.
No, Joey
she
says...
was working, so maybe he felt like he couldn't hit on her.
okay.
Okay.
Joey, in a sleepy voice, goes, yeah, she is. Wow. And then he falls back asleep and smiles and loudly and fully asleep says, how you doing? And everybody in the waiting room looks at him. There's a black guy in the corner who thinks that was awfully funny.
I loved him.
Chandler wakes Joey up again. Joey, irritated, asks, what? And Chandler says, you're coming on to the entire room. Joey shakes his head and turns in his chair to sleep as Chandler goes over to flirt. He points at some magazines next to the lady, then picks him up and unceremoniously throws him back down and introduces himself. Hi, I'm Chandler. She's like, I'm Marjorie. They exchange highs and Chandler asks, you mind if I, wanting to sit and flirt some more, and he signals to the chair, and Marjorie's like, no, please. And sitting down, Chandler asks, so what are you in for? And Marjorie admits, I talk in my sleep. Chandler jokes, what a coincidence, I listen in my sleep. And still asleep in his chair, Joey loudly asks, so why don't you give me your number?
I like how he's asking that girl out in his sleep.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back at Monica and Rachel's. Monica and Phoebe are now throwing a tissue paper flower bouquet at each other. Monica goes, okay, ready? Phoebe goes, yeah. Monica goes, okay. She turns around and throws a bouquet to Phoebe. Phoebe catches it and yells, I got it, mine! And then they both hug. Monica says, congratulations! And Phoebe's like, thanks. Monica shouts, okay, my turn.
I like Monica's little stretching out like she's about to play for the Geller Cup.
It's very serious. Phoebe says, okay, gets into position. Okay, ready? Monica does her little stretch, cocking her head from side to side in some pre-bouquet catching ritual, loosening up for the dive for the bouquet. Phoebe says, okay, and half-heartedly throws it towards the couch.
Oh, come on.
Monica's upset and yells, that was a terrible throw. Phoebe retorts, I'm not going to throw it right at you. That's not real.
Oh, boy.
Monica points out, look at me. My big concern is what's real. And then reality sinks in. Oh, my God. We're really sad, aren't we? Phoebe agrees. Yeah, I think we are. Monica goes, this isn't even my dress. Phoebe points out, well, at least you didn't rent yours from a store called It's Not Too Late.
Oh.
Monica dejectedly says, I'm changing out of this. Phoebe agrees. Me too. Monica changes her tune and says, in like a half an hour?
Me too.
Monica gets back into position and says, okay, throw it straight this time. Phoebe says, okay. She throws it straight and Monica makes a big deal about catching it. And her headdress even falls off.
Headdress.
Monica shouts, I'm getting married next. I'm getting married next. Which again is true if you don't count the drunken Vegas of Ross and Rachel.
Spoilers.
I know. Phoebe yells, yay!
Yay, spoilers. All All right, back to the perk. Monica and Phoebe are sitting on the sofa looking all distraught in their normal clothes. Phoebe complains, I hate my regular clothes now. I look down and I know this isn't going to be the most special day of my life. Oh, man.
What?
I looked down and I realized it was not going to be the most special day of my life.
Every day is the most special day of our life.
Ugh, Joe, you're making everybody sick. Quit making the audience sick. Monica agrees, yeah, I mean, it was kind of fun for a while, but didn't you start to feel silly? And Phoebe guesses, and then Monica crosses her gams in her short little skirt, and it's revealed that she's still wearing her fancy little garter on her thigh. And Phoebe OMGs and squeals, you're such a cheater! And then Chandler enters the coffee shop with a hello, little ones.
I like that line.
And the gals hey, and Monica asks, so is Joey going to stop snoring? And Chandler happily answers, yep, and a beautiful woman agreed to go out with me. The gals are stunned even before Chandler tells them Joey wanted to ask her out, but she picked me. And Phoebe mocks him, oh, how did that happen? And Chandler brags, because I'm cooler. But Monica asks, no, seriously. And Chandler spouts, well, she's just the kind of girl, but he gives up on the fib and goes, Joey wasn't conscious. And the ladies nod like that tracks. Then Joey enters wearing a mouth guard, like a boxer or a stuntman. And Joey says, hey guys, what's happening? And Monica OMGs and Phoebe's like, what is that? And Joey tells them, oh, they gave me this at the sleep clinic. It's going to help me not to snore. And Monica points out, well, are you asleep right now, Joe? Because I don't think you have to wear it unless you are. And Joey takes out the mouth guard to enlighten Monica. I know I don't have to. And then he gives Chandler a gesture that says, can you believe this chick? And he adds, it tastes good. And then he puts it right back in his gob. And then Chandler adds sarcastically, plus you look cool. And Joey totally agrees and kicks his feet up.
All right, we're back at Monica and Rachel's.
Mm-hmm.
Monica's finally putting away the wedding dress back in the bag.
And we get another quick couple lines. Monica says, hope I didn't stretch out Emily's dress too much. But Phoebe assures her, your butt's not that much bigger than hers.
Plus, Emily's boobs really fill out the top.
Yeah.
And that's because she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So Rachel enters from her bedroom. Well, I just called Joshua. Phoebe asks, oh, how'd it go? Rachel explains, well, I did my best to convince him that I'm not some crazy girl who's dying to get married. I'm just going through a hard time.
I guess you could say that.
Phoebe says, what'd he say? Rachel says, well, his answering machine was very understanding. Ugh. I feel blue.
I feel blue.
Monica goes to comfort her and says, oh, sweetie, hey, I bet you anything he's going to call you again. Rachel sadly says, yeah, maybe. But I don't think I even care. I don't think he's the one I'm sad about, I know that I said I'm totally okay with Ross getting married. But as it turns out, I don't think I'm handling it all that well. This is brand new information.
That's not till later.
Oh, yeah. But we all know she still liked him.
We'll let it go. Or slide. You can look at your tattoo and let it slide.
That's a tattoo I got because Let It Go was ruined by Frozen. Thank you.
That does not sound like sliding to me.
So Phoebe sarcastically but sweetly says, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Rachel says, and I'm just trying to figure out why. Phoebe goes, any luck? Already knowing the answer.
Joe, you've been warned.
All right, fine. Rachel continues, well, yeah, how Ross and I were always on again, off again, on again, off again. I guess I figured that somewhere down the road we would be on again. Again. Monica says, you know what? I think we all did. Ross enters with his hay. Monica jumps up and throws Emily's wedding dress into Rachel's room and says, hey, so not only did she wear it all day doing dishes and jumping around in it, she crumpled it up and threw it onto the floor in Rachel's bedroom.
I don't think she had much hope for this wedding either.
She's like, yeah, it doesn't really matter what this dress looks like.
Nope.
So Ross says, so I got us some reservations for Sunday night. Okay, how about Ernie's at 9 o'clock? Mm-hmm. Rachel points out, well, you better make it for 3. Ross hesitates and says, your favorite line. Oh, see, I don't think we're going to be hungry at 3. Rachel,
9,
not amused.
9? 9's kind of late.
They eat late in New York, yeah. Rachel's not amused and says, 3 people. Joshua's not going to be there. Ross asks, what happened? Rachel, well, I think he broke up with me. Ross goes, no, why? Rachel says, well, apparently he scares easily.
Not as easy as he should have been.
Ross is super sad and says, oh, Rach, I'm sorry. Rachel says poignantly, it's okay. Sometimes things don't work out the way you thought they would. Ross says, come here, and they hug. Rachel breaks the hug, asking, hey, don't you have to go pick up Emily? Ross says, yeah, and asks, you okay? And Rachel goes, yeah, I got my girls.
Aww.
He leaves. Rachel lets out a, Phoebe looks at Monica and says, hey, you know what might cheer you up? Rachel asks, what? And then there's a time lapse, and all three girls are now wearing wedding dresses, eating popcorn, drinking beer, and watching TV.
It's like a weird grown-up slumber party.
Rachel expresses, I gotta tell you, this really puts me in a better mood. Monica laments, oh, I wish there was a job where I could wear this all the time. Maybe someday there will be.
Bride influencer?
I don't think so.
I think it's weird that Rachel still has the dress that she didn't get married in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're an expensive thing. Maybe she'll wear it as a costume later on. I don't have my wedding dress anymore.
Shh, you're wearing it right now, remember?
That's right. We moved so many times, and it didn't get preserved very well, and it was very, very yellow by the last time we moved, and unfortunately, the girl kid's probably not gonna wear my wedding dress someday, so we have pictures, that's all that matters.
Right.
Suddenly, there's a knock at the door.
Yes.
Monica and Phoebe panic. Mon says, oh God, that's Chandler. He's gonna come by and borrow some candles for his big date. Now, why in their right minds would they think it was Chandler? When do any of the friends knock on the door?
Yes, I don't. Maybe they locked it.
Oh,
because
maybe.
They were in the wedding dresses?
Yes. So Rachel says, oh, okay, and goes to answer the door. Monica shouts, no, Rachel, don't get it. He can't see us. Phoebe reminds her, no, yeah, the groom cannot see the bride. Rachel goes, I'm not going to marry Chandler. Phoebe shouts, not after this.
But Rachel's dress does look much better without that thing on her head.
Oh, yeah, she does. It's very flattering on her. Rachel says, okay, you guys, just relax. She goes over to open the door, and as she does, she says, I do. Sees that it's Joshua and not Chandler that knocked on the door. And Joshua looks her up and down, sees the other two in the background, also in wedding dresses, and without hesitation goes, I gotta go.
Right, this is not a good place for me to be.
And that's his last line, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
And Rachel goes, oh, wait, Joshua. But comes back inside, shuts the door, and goes, yeah, well, that ought to do it.
It's a lot more realism than I expect from her in this episode.
Right?
All right, so now we're at the Stinger, and we're at Chandler's bedroom. And Chandler is sleeping with Marge from the clinic. And suddenly Marge starts talking in her sleep. Food's here. Fair enough. Bart, stop it. 15-minute warning. Later. And then she goes quiet, and Chandler relaxes. And then she starts screaming, scaring the bing out of Chandler, who also screams. Then Joey opens the top half of Chandler's door and looks at them very mad with the mouth guard in and shouts, dude, I'm trying to sleep. And then Jester's like, what the hell? And that's the end of the episode. Cut and print.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, ready to catch his bridal bouquet?
Yes!
Here it comes!
I got it, mine!
Congratulations!
Yay! Oh, thank you.
Okay, my turn.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a terrible throw! Now it's all dirty. Phoebe!
I'm not gonna throw it right at you. That's not real.
Look at me. My big concern is what's real. I threw it right to you. How do you like it?
Ow! You hit me in the ear. Here.
Ow!
Ow!
Oh, let go!
Ouch!
Phoebe, this isn't even my dress. You tore it. Ow!
Oh! Ah! Now I won't get my deposit back yet. It's not too late.
Stop! All right, we're back.
We are back.
So, what did we learn from this episode?
Joe, what did you learn?
I think Monica is selectively OCD.
Oh, selective. Maybe it gets worse as she...
Maybe, because there's no way she would do dishes in her wedding dress.
No.
What did you learn?
I learned that you can rent a maternity wedding dress. I did not know before this episode 20 years ago.
Right, that you could rent a dress. What are your final thoughts?
Well, Joe, you always get annoyed that Emily doesn't wear this dress. Mm-hmm. But I like to think that she found hard water stains on the front, so she ended up getting a different one.
It's similar, but it's definitely not the same one. And she has that little jacket, and she has a different head thing. Yeah.
Right.
What makes a person spontaneously start snoring? Like,
right.
Joey didn't snore before, but now all of a sudden he snores? And what makes you spontaneously start snoring?
Oh, well, when you need a B storyline for a sitcom,
yeah,
you just spontaneously start snoring sometimes.
Makes sense. So, our sweater vest tracker?
Yeah.
We're still holding it. Two.
We had another 0 episode. It's not looking good.
No,
you might have won.
Maybe. I thought there was more, but maybe not. Magnadoodle tracker, we had that confliction. It was get out, then poop, then get out, then poop.
Right. That makes it fun, though.
It does, yeah. So what's our rating for this episode?
It is 8.4 out of 10 stars with 5,400 ratings.
Okay. That's not too bad.
No.
Because the next episode goes
way down. People are like, no clip shows, thank you.
Yes.
This is the 1990s. What are you doing to us?
All right. So we have a review from a Bev C.
Okay.
All right.
Bev C.
Bev C. She loves Jennifer Aniston in this one. Rachel's really going crazy because Ross is getting married, and she thinks Jennifer did play it so well.
Yeah.
She loves the scene where Ross comes to talk to her, and it's all so well done. She says what she's saying, how she's saying it, and how she stuck out her tongue and went at the end. And we get to see the girls having some fun in wedding dresses. She was wondering too why Monica would wear it while doing dishes.
Right.
Like, that's like, what? It goes against her character. But it was pretty fun to see them all sitting on the couch in wedding dresses, eating popcorn. And the fact that Rachel opened the door to Joshua was just awesome. A nice addition was Joey's snoring problem. Him coming onto the whole room and wearing the anti-snoring device was very, very funny.
It was funny. I enjoyed that. Agreed.
Yeah, so what's next week's episode?
Next week's episode is, like we noted, it's the lowest rated episode of the season. The one with the invitation. Ross and Emily are sending out their wedding invitations, but the writers don't want you to forget about the R&R coupling, so they give us an old-timey clip show highlighting our favorite R&R moments. Let's say it together, everyone.
We were on a break! Are you ready for some maladjusted content?
I am ready.
All right. So this is our 100th episode.
Our 100th episode.
100th episode of recording. It's not the 100th episode of Friends because we have special episodes. But as far as episodes we have recorded, it is our 100th. So I posted on social media asking our listeners what they've loved about the 99 previous episodes that we've recorded.
Oh.
Would you like to hear some of their comments?
Sure.
All right. Michelle TB says she loves when we recreate and speculate on what could have been. Like how Monica lost her mattress. She likes when you make up those, like, this is what would have happened.
Okay. I like when those things come up in the shows.
Right.
Because it makes it so much easier to...
Yeah, exactly.
Because there are those moments where you're like...
Well, what happened?
I want that scene, so I just make that scene. But thank you.
Michelle R. says she loves the shout-outs. She loves the little skits before and after the recaps, and the colorful, in quotes, language Adam adds to the dialogue. She congratulated on our 100 episode. She looks forward to the podcast every week. She says we always make her laugh.
Well,
That's
good.
Michelle.
Oh, thank you.
Lucy R. says, we love Shropshire shout-outs, although I feel those may become less frequent once Ross says Rachel at the altar, and we say goodbye to Emily and Mr. Waltham forever.
Oh, Shropshire.
We'll have Adam throw one in every now and then.
Yeah, we'll have to start bringing back the older quotes somehow.
Yeah. She says she also loves Joe's laughter. It's infectious. And Adam's commentary on the episodes always make us laugh.
Aw, yay.
And then we have a couple more. Hold on. Sandra D.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She says, I look forward to each podcast. Y'all are so funny. I love the opportunity to provide reviews and shout outs. One more favorite is when you include your daughter, the girl kid.
Girl kid.
And then Michael Morris says he just loves being part of the podcast. So thank you guys.
Yes, you all are part of the podcast.
Yes, we're so happy to be able to do this and to share it with you guys. And we have a lot of fun. So that's what we're really doing it for, is because we make each other laugh.
Yeah. She just was like, I want to talk to you about every single Friends episode individually. We should probably just record that if we go out of the way of doing it.
That's exactly what I said.
That is verbatim.
All right, so this week, what did we watch? We started It.
Yes.
We've seen It before, the newer version, but we watched an episode of The Best of the Worst where they reviewed it.
Right. Well, Half in the Bag is the movie review show.
And so we were like, you want to watch it? So we started it, but we didn't get to finish it because we did another starting it after 8 o'clock.
Right.
And
which we'll probably watch both of them, so we'll
just spread it out. And
I'm in no rush.
We took a break from The Bear because, again, it's a very high, anxious show. So we just took a little pause. We'll get back into that.
I'm not saying it was triggering my anxiety, but it was triggering my anxiety.
But it's so good.
No, it is very good.
It's hard. Like, I gotta know what happened.
You will. We'll finish it.
What else did we watch? Did we watch anything? Oh, we bought Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
It was on sale. And so we bought all the episodes of Pee-wee's Playhouse because we speculated that the girl kid might get a kick out of it. And we were right.
She did enjoy it.
When he was going Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho, for those of you that haven't seen it. But anyway, she was like right there with him saying it along. It was pretty funny. Yeah. So, anything else you can think of?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, that wraps up our 100th episode.
100th! Woo!
We're so glad you stumbled across our podcast, and if you're enjoying it, please share it with other friends, fans.
Or maybe rate it and or leave a review.
And if you want to contribute your thoughts like all the people that I've shouted out in this episode, or reactions, pick your favorite episode and send us your musings. We will definitely share them on that episode. You can also write just to say hey.
Yeah, be like the other Misfits in our Misfit family.
That's right.
They wrote in.
Say
it was
hello.
so very nice.
It is. Email us at themaladjustedmisfits@gmail.com.
Or we're hosted on Buzzsprout if you'd like to help us with our costs. Visit the page and click that donate button. You can also send us fan mail through Buzzsprout. Lots of ways to talk to us. Do any of those and we'll give you a shout out like we did with everybody else earlier.
Yay! Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow the links in the show notes. The pages are called The One Where We Talk About Friends. Also, don't forget, we have a TeePublic store. If you have a friend shirt you've always wanted, send us your ideas.
Yeah. Joe, you ready for a cup of coffee?
Always. Well, at least you didn't rent yours from a store called It's Not Too Late.